So we did get the confirmation of the next Dokkan Fest on JP Dokkan, and it looks like we're getting a Tournament of Power Android 17 and 18. Now overall, I think this is definitely a pretty good choice. This is obviously the build-up to a big-time celebration that is mainly Universe Survival Saga themed, but I don't know, man. I would have taken some villain buffs. I definitely think that, you know, it's kind of needed, but it's cool. As long as they make these guys really good, I'm totally down for it. Like I said, they're clearly building up to a big, you know, Universe Survival Saga celebration, whether that be, I guess, the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest. They could be building up for 9th year anniversary for, obviously, like a new UI Goku alongside a Jiren. Maybe we could get a new Kefla, something like that. You know what I mean? Just like the really hype stuff. Dude, don't even get me started, though. The EZAs for that celebration would be so crazy. We got the 6th year anniversary LRs. We got STR UI Goku. We got some other, you know, really bad Universe Survival Saga units. So, yeah, in terms of the EZAs with Universe Survival Saga, there's so much potential. So then even the EZAs for this celebration right here, you know, a lot of potential. But unfortunately, one thing that I was really kind of hoping for was that the Dokkan Fest after Worldwide would be on both Global and JP. But unfortunately, it is not on Global. There is no announcement for the next Dokkan Fest. Now, that's not a bad thing. I guess we could just assume this would mean Global would lead directly into Super Trunks, or if they decide to go with the schedule they did the year before last, because last year was a little mixed up. They had to throw the Superhero Celebration in there, which was a little different, so there's a chance they potentially just changed the schedule a little bit because of that. So that if they go back to how they did it before that, then it would be Turles. So either Trunks or Turles after Worldwide, basically, for Global. But I just hope they don't take too long to then catch the games up, because obviously that's something we're moving forward to. They announced the game syncing during Worldwide Download Celebration, and I really hope they're not doing this, but obviously there is a chance that they fully sync the games up by next Worldwide Download Celebration, so then it'd be like a full year, and then the games are finally synced up. I don't think they'd do that. That would be really stupid in my opinion, but I don't know. I'm just kind of expecting the worst here, or throwing out the worst scenario here, where it takes them forever to sync the games up. And then with us not getting the same Dokkan Fest at the same time as JP, I don't know, it does feel a little bit weird, but it's still possible. You know, we get the Trunks' banner, and then just right after, like, they move on to the next Dokkan Fest really quick, then we would get, you know, Turles, then we get the LR-based Goku, and then that would move into, like, Tanabata or something. So it's still possible the games could sync up within the next, you know, 3 months, which I think is probably the best scenario, is we see the games syncing within the next 3 to 5 to maybe at most 6 months. But just keep in mind, you know, there's a chance they really push this syncing out, which would suck because we want the game synced up, obviously, as quick as possible. But anyway, back on to the actual JP news. So, yeah, a 17 and 18, definitely pretty good. We did have the one future Android 17 and 18 in the game, and they're still very, very useful. Obviously, they've got the Ghost Usher and their Tech Orb changing, so they just still have a lot of use, just overall, with them as a Dokkan Fest, especially considering they were a Dokkan Fest before the 200% leader skill. So then it kind of gives me high hopes for these guys. I think they could definitely be pretty good, especially in terms of their leader skill, because Universe Survival Saga does not have a 200% lead yet. We've got the Dokkan Fest Kale, but she doesn't lead Tournament Power or Universe Survival Saga or any, you know, category with majority of these units on it. So we could definitely use a good Universe Survival Saga lead, or honestly a couple other of their categories. I guess what we can do is we could just pull up like this 17 right here. He's going to have most of the categories that they're going to be on. Plus, then, obviously, they're going to have joined forces. So they've got, obviously, Universe Survival Saga. They've got Androids, Reps Universe 7, Siblings Bond, okay, Worthy Rivals, Battle of Wits, Defenders of Justice, and then Superheroes. So, you know, they actually got some pretty good categories. They might not be on Defenders of Justice. This might just be a Android 17 thing. We'll pull up the 18 really quick and check if she's on Defenders of Justice. No, she's not. Okay. But then she's also on stuff like Bond of Parent and Child, which shouldn't 17 be on also? I mean, he's got kids, so I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, they're going to be missing a couple of the categories here. Obviously, stuff like Battle of Wits, they're not going to be on. And then they might not be on Bond and Parent and Child either, even though they probably should be. I mean, they should be on Battle of Wits and Bond and Parent and Child, but I don't know. Dokkan's weird with their categories, so I would expect the worst in this situation, where they just give us Worthy Rivals, Siblings Bond, Reps Universe 7, Androids, and then Universe Survival Saga, because those are both the definite categories we know that both of them have, because you can see here, both of them have these categories. So, in terms of their leader skill, though, sorry, I kind of went a little bit off track for a minute there. I think the best scenario is we probably get a new Androids lead, and then maybe, I guess, Siblings Bond, because both of these categories don't really have that great of a lead. I guess we can pull it up really quick. Siblings Bond has, yeah, Go Bros. and then that's it. So definitely pretty rough with Siblings Bond. I think we could definitely use a new 200% leader skill with this category. And then, like I mentioned, androids also could use a pretty good 200% leader skill. We do have one with the Gamma 2, but another one would be very nice. And then also with us being able to run, you know, Android 17, MVP 17, I guess, under their leader skill would be very good, because this guy is still probably the best tournament of power unit we've got. I guess we can check really quick. So we've got, what? EZA, Blue Kaioken, and Goku, who's really good, but I think I would say MVP 17 is just a little bit better because he's a little bit better defensively, and then defense is, you know, a little bit more important right now in Dokkan. What is there? Kale and Caulifla. There's Dokkan Fest Kale, but she definitely needs help. And that's pretty much it, honestly. Those are the only good units. So I think this guy probably is the best unit on Universal Rival Saga in the game right now. And then obviously he's going to link very well with the new Dokkan Fest Android 17 and 18. They're going to share majority links, and then obviously he's supporting them as well. So if they could be like a crazy slot 1 unit, and then you could just slap this guy in slot 2, you know, he gets a defense on super, and then you've got your damage reduction, and then, you know, you get all the support, you know, you build up with him. This could be a busted rotation, because MVP 17 is a pretty good slot 2 option. If you let him get the 30% defense on super, he's also physical, so then even 55%, he has built-in additionals. And then, you know, he's got his damage reduction, he's got the support. He could be very good for slot 2, and then, supposedly, if they make the androids very good for slot 1, which would probably be the best scenario, then, like I said, this rotation could just be crazy. But even if the androids are only like a slot 2 option or something like that, they could still be very useful. Like we mentioned, they're on some pretty rough teams as well. So obviously stuff like androids isn't necessarily the best. Reps Universe 7 and Universal Rival Saga suck. Siblings Bond isn't really that great either. Worthy Rivals isn't that great. And then hopefully they're going to be on Battle of Wits and Bond and Parent and Child. But I don't know. They might not want to do that. And Defenders of Justice. If they put them on Defenders of Justice, that would be really, really good. I would actually hope they lead this category if they do, because, yeah, man, it's rough out here with this category. This just kind of sucks. The only good units on here are the Gammas, and then maybe the Heroes units, but some people would even argue they're not really that great. And then MVP 17, of course. So, yeah, pretty rough with this category. But in terms of EZAs for their celebration, because that's really all we can talk about for the 17 and 18. Of course, we don't really know a whole lot about them, just that we're getting a 17 and 18. There's so much potential. Like I said earlier in the video, pretty much everybody on this category sucks, so anyone that hasn't gotten an EZA is in contention for getting an EZA. LR Jaren sucks, but I think they're going to want to wait till the big time celebration to EZA him. The Golden Frieza and the 17, I think, have a solid shot at EZAing during the celebration, because they're not really that great. They could be useful if they just give him defense on super, because they're getting, you know, a lot of super attacks in their kit. They also build up some damage reduction, so if they just want to make this a little bit higher, then they definitely could be a very, very good slot 2 option. But I'm not too sure we're going to see an LR EZA during the celebration. If we did, it would probably be, you know, the Golden Frieza and then the 17, or it'd probably be these guys. But other than these two, I don't think an LR EZA would make much sense, because, again, they'd want to save this for a big-time celebration. So then units like, you know, the 6-year anniversary LRs, and then units like the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, I mean, they're definitely not going to EZA, because they're just too hype. It wouldn't really make much sense. Who else could EZA? I guess we've got Tech Kale and Caulifla could EZA for sure. I thought they were going to EZA during the Dokkan Fest Kale celebration, but we did not see them EZA. And they definitely have some good potential, and they could massively help her right here. I mean, look, we've been waiting for her buffs for forever. I mean, you know, we had her celebration, we got the EZA for the LR Kale and Caulifla, and we were like, all right, cool, but we need a little bit more. And they just did not give us more. So we're like, all right, maybe they're planning on giving us, you know, an LR Kefla eventually, or an EZA for, you know, these girls right here. But no, nothing. So hopefully this could be the actual buff that the Dokkan Fest Kale needs. And if it is, they definitely have potential. They are a stacker. They've got built-in additionals. So as long as they make them just a little bit better towards the beginning of the fight, then I think they can be very useful. And then, of course, this right here is still useful even now. So then just make this a little bit, I guess, of a more up-to-date passive, and then they're insanely busted. And then maybe for a Part 2 LR for the 17 and 18 celebration, which we're probably not going to get, by the way. We've never gotten a Part 2 LR in this time slot, so it wouldn't make that much sense that we'd get one. But I'm just speculating a little here. If we did get one, then it definitely would be very, very good. And like I said, it would massively help this Kale out. Like, imagine her team within them getting an EZA and a new LR Kefla. Yeah, that could be really good. So definitely a good EZA pick for the celebration with the Tech Hill and Caulifla. I don't know. I guess maybe like... I mean, there's not a lot of like Dokkan Fest units on here. I guess most of the EZAs are just LRs. Oh yeah, well there's this guy. I don't know how I could forget about him. I don't know if they're going to want to EZA this guy for a big time celebration. Like I said, the LR Jaren would probably be for a big time celebration. But just the STR Jaren, yeah, he probably could EZA during the celebration. Because, I mean, you know, they probably want to save the LR one for, let's say they do Tournament of Power for New Year's. Then they'll EZA him during that because obviously this guy's a little bit more hype. He's a little bit better. So then his EZA would make sense for the more hype celebration. And then this guy EZAing now could then just get his EZA out of the way and then, you know, obviously just have him already. But that's not saying I want them to brush off his EZA as like, okay, let's just do it just to do it. I want this guy to be good. This is one of the oldest units to not have an EZA. And I'm sure a lot of you love this unit. I mean, he's just a fun unit all around, even though he sucks. You know, he's got the stun chance. He's got the crit. So even if they make him very good for Super Battle Road, but when I say very good, like I mean very, very good, and then maybe just kind of all right in normal content, then I'd be all right with that. But this guy needs to be good. So, you know, an EZA obviously would be very useful. And then who else? I mean, I guess that's really it. Because, like I said, most of the EZAs are LRs. And, you know, like I said, they're going to want to save that for big time celebrations, New Year's, or whatever they decide for the Tournament of Power. So, yeah, I mean, that really has been the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this down in the comments. Like I said, I'm okay with this release because they're still on some weak teams, but I don't know, man. Some villain buffs would have been nice. Still waiting for that Dokkan Fest Lord Slug. Still waiting for a Dokkan Fest Baby. There's just a lot of Extreme Class Dokkan Fest we need. I won't even get started here. But once again, that has been the video. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this down in the comments. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.